Good day, people. So, ano yan sa si Anya? Balik na sa in front of you. Joke. Di bitaw. Good morning. A good typhoon morning. As they've mentioned, as they've said, as I've read, nga karon kuno sa atua May 27 ang typhoon. Kaya that was, yesterday, May 26, murag sa Luzon, somewhere in Luzon. I'm not really sure, ha? Karon kuno. But so far, as I've observed sa weather, fine man. But last night it rained heavy. As in heavy good siya. Binigyan ako muna to. Pero muna to hopefully, di ba? So before, no. When I woke up, I've read because it's my habit. Habit pa more correct. I really term scroll. Especially ato ko sa Google. Ni Uncle Google, and I've read an article there talking about the 10 toughest exams in the world. Now, so when I read this one, ako ini-share, okay, basta ganan lang ko, and then I want, something that's informative, especially today, nga, typhoon day, typhoon day ka na. And then also, nag-change ko sa color. Actually, di siya change color. Kaya red gihapon. Red man tong last time. Once ako naka-green and then I didn't find it attractive for me. So, ganahan ko red. Red. And then I have also here another the earring here in middle. Red. So, red lang. Pisa nakakampat gid siya. Tanaw, nakakampat-kampat. Bahala na na. Anyway, when I'll take a bath, makuskus rin mga kampot-kampat, okay na siya. So that's it. I'm letting it dry. And then I'll be talking about the 10 toughest exam cells in the world. Now, okay, di ba daw? And then, okay, sige, nag-video ko, nangita og charger na ako dire, no? Ala, oy, sa mga charger sa laptop? Charger sa phone there. Ang charger sa phone nasa sala. Okay. So by the way, I am here again sa store sa akong sister outside. Okay, as what I've mentioned in my previous videos, that this is really my favorite spot here. So more na nag-office ko na hinako ang iyang store, ang gawa sa iyang store kay pero sulod pa sa among kuan. So muna siya ako ang likod na akong background. So kato siya na yung mga saging-saging dito. And then, ano siya? Here. Sige. So, I cannot really kuan my hair because makuan sa kong kuko. I should have tied this before I put on the color. Sige lang. Anyway, okay na. Alimutan gito. Okay. Sige. Kalit sa kani-ganing pasensya kay mga kani-ganing I'm not really techie. That's why I'm really having a hard time fixing kani mga camera makalito ngit-ngit and then napakoy matlang gid naning magid kay ko no naning jud kaayo to okay lang because I really love this task yeah. So the first the 10, let's start sa 10. So the 10th toughest exam in the world is the exam for the master sommelier diploma. So, it's sommelier. This is a French word. It's SOMMELIER. Sommelier. Pero when you say it in a Bistak way, sommelier. Parang emloilier. Sommelier. But how are you going to pronounce it? It's sommelier. Okay. Master of Sommelier diploma. This as what I've read, this will be taken in London, somewhere in London. There is also sa US, but mostly or commonly sa London. And then this exam is actually administered by the Court of Master Sommeliers. So, the acronym is CMS. Okay, the Court of Master of Sommelier. Now, the exam is conducted to encourage higher standards of beverage knowledge. So this is actually in relation to hospitality industry. So kanang mga HRM kana sila. So they will be kanang really encountering this one if they really want further studies, further to broaden their horizon about hospitality industry. They will be encountering this, and they might encounter if they want to. And this is actually scary, so hope you don't mind. I'm going to read na lang ha. Kaya lisod kaayo ka nang I'm trying ako memorize, pero I'm telling you, I'm not good in memorizing. I want, it's better for me the retention rather than to memorize everything. Okay, so standards of beverage knowledge and service in hotels, restaurants, and the hospitality industry. So this is what I've mentioned earlier, that kada sila nga kuan kanang sana mga HRM and those that are really engaging with something sa mga services and hotels, something like that, mga knowledge about ana. So they might encounter this exam. If they want to be the best person, a well-known person in terms of hospitality industry, so they must take this exam, the exam for the Master Sommelier Diploma. So this is administered by the Court of Master Sommelier, CMS, and to be held or to be taken in London and somewhere in US, but actually it's not given it's not given the emphasis where part in US. Okay, now the ninth. Okay, so the ninth toughest exam in the world is, you call it, All Souls Prize Fellowship Exam. Imagine, na by All Souls hakalag Prize Fellowship Exam. So unsa man ning exam? Okay, I'm going to this exam at Oxford University. Oxford University has been held for decades now. It is no doubt but one of the toughest exams, as only one or two candidates are selected out of 80 chosen every year. So this is what they're going to do. They will be choosing 80, and then this 80, they will get one or two, imagine, candidate to really have this prize. Diba? You need to have a strong grasp of economics, classical studies, English literature, law, politics, history, and philosophy. Wow, nice, no? So these are actually, we could say, wow, it's more on humanities, a broad sense of humanities, the language, okay, because there's really as in totality, humanities, kids here, social studies, something like that. Wow, mag-imagine na lang ko na magkurog na ko. How much more if you're going to really take this one? So the name is All Souls Prize Fellowship Exam. See, it has something to do with humanities still, diba? All Souls, good. Anyway, let's move on to that's the ninth one. Let's move on to the eighth. Eighth is what you call GATE. Gate as in gate, but that's an acronym. GATE. It stands for Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. So this time it focuses on the engineering side or aspect of studies. Okay, so this is a national level online examination held in South Asia to test engineering, mathematics, science, and general aptitude for admission in master's degree courses. So if you're into STEM strand, and then you're really you graduated from one of those programs and you want to pursue your studies in masters for those programs that I've mentioned earlier, the engineering, the science, something mathematics, something like that, you are going to, especially abroad, no? So you're going to undertake, or you're going to really take this exam, the GATE, the Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. So this is one of the toughest exams in the world, considered to be one of the toughest exams. Okay, so the 3R, so imagine 3R exam includes 65 questions, 10 of which are of general aptitude, and while the remaining 55 are technical. Okay, so that's it. That's why, yeah, it's toughest, good, one of the toughest, no? So now let's move on to the what? No, seven na lang. Yeah, the seventh is the CCIE. Now the CCIE, it stands for Cisco Certified Internet Working Expert. Okay, Cisco Certified Internet Working Expert. It is one of the toughest. So kanisya siya more on sa mga digital thing, no? Toughest test in the world, divided into 6 sections and 2 stages. Now, as the candidate clears the first stage, he or she is applicable to prepare for the second stage. So it is advisable for examinees to have 7 to 10 years of experience in the industry, so including in an in-depth understanding of network technology or network something technical industry, talking about the digital aspect of the technology, something like that. So imagine if you're techie and if you're really into that, yeah, you may encounter this one if you really want to really establish the excellent side of you. So you may take this one. No, good luck. Okay, for the 6th toughest exam is a CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst. Now this time the field here is talking about the financial, okay, the finances, the financial aspect of the studies. So it's one of the most rigorous and harsh exams in the world. Imagine, grabe, murag draining yung kaining exam. Every year, over 100,000 candidates appear for the exam. Now, it is divided into 3 levels and is intended to test finance professionals on relevant practices and tools. So you should have at least 4 years of professional job experience before being awarded the CFA charter. Okay, so this one, you will be awarded. This is mura siya kanang competition, mura same with the prize, the Nobel Prize. That before you could be one of the candidates, you need to have 4 years of experience, 4 or more, if I'm not mistaken, of professional experience in terms of financial program, financial something, and tools. Okay, so kani mga CPA tingali ninyo, probably, diba, most probably yun nga mga CPA, more on sa mga kanang more, into financial programs, something like that. So, good luck, labad akong uong ganunaan, the 5th, okay, the 5th toughest exam is the GRE, or the Graduate Record Examination. Now, this Graduate Record Examination, or the GRE, is one of the most challenging exams in the world. It is mainly used for master's and PhD programs in foreign universities. The exam is widely recognized in many U.S. colleges, and hundreds of students prepare for it. So, because there are a lot of people, especially mga master graduates, mga PhD graduates, they were really, kay kung makakuha na magugana, you were really into good more and in-depth good studies, makagraduate. So kato again, it's the GRE, the Graduate Record Examination. Now, for the 4th one, Mensa. Okay, I'm not really on this Mensa. The fourth, so meaning kuan siya kay fourth na good siya from the first. Kuan, one of the world's oldest exams. It is a high intelligence IQ group whose members have an IQ greater than 98% of people. My gosh. It is given to check an individual's intellect, thinking, problem solving, and logic. Wow. So this is one of the oldest, okay, world's oldest exams. And then the third one, it's UPSC or UPSC India. Okay, the Union Public Service Commission in the government agency in charge of administering India's civil service examination. So here, if you have our CSE exam, the civil service exam, this is a counterpart of our civil service exam in India. So their civil service exam is considered as the third world's kanang toughest exam. Wow. Excuse me. So again, the name is UPSC, stands for the Union Public Service Commission in India. Okay. Wow. Cool, no? Well, we all know that this country really, India, or the Indian people, are really brilliant in terms of science, in terms of architecture, in terms of mathematics. Brilliant sila. So consider this one. Okay, and then the agency chooses the best applicants for civil organizations, kani silang such as an Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, and other through the exam. Out of annual average of 500 candidates, only about 1,000 get through. So imagine 500,000 candidates, kani mga civil servants. Okay, so you cannot really work there as a public servant or civil servant if you will not, in India, if you will not take this exam, the UPSC, which considered really one of the toughest exam. So out of 500,
correction, it's
500 or 500 takers, they only mostly get 1,000 good ang passers, or 1,000 could get through from this exam. Cool. Grabe, no? Okay, so that is the third one. Okay, now the second. Okay. IIT hyphen JEE, or the IT hyphen G. Ano siya? So IIT hyphen JEE. Okay. It is an entrance exam for engineering programs at the Indian Institute of Technology. That's why it's IIT, stands for the Indian Institute of Technology. That embodies the test or the term difficult. Imagine. Every year, hundreds and thousands of students appear in the exam. So imagine, there are a lot of people that really love challenges, no? Okay, it is considered epitome. It's an epitome of the difficult word. So embodies good. That embodies the term difficult. Entrance exam ni siya, ha? How much more if you will be able to get through it, and then you will be studying in that institution. Samot bleeding, as in university. Good luck. So kanina siyang IIT, or the Indian Institute of Technology, especially the engineering program, is really it embodies, or really an epitome of the term difficult. Gibutangan gid nila embodies the term difficult. So nga naman tang ari mo diri, di ba? Enjoy na lang good life. Life is too short for any stresses, for any headaches. Okay, mangyud. Okay, okay. The first gini siya sumakaingon siya kag wow. Kay first of the 10 toughest exams in the world. Gaokao. Okay, so Gaokao, it spells like GAO, Kao, Gaokao. It sounds what? A Chinese term. Now, yes, it is conducted in China. The exam is deemed to be the most difficult exam in the world. Kanina gid siya most na. Di na gid siya one of the, but pinaka. Okay, number one, good siya considers number one. Difficult in the world due to the difficulty of the exam. Some European and American colleges have begun to accept the Gaokao marks. It is intended for third-year high school students. Oh my gosh. With an average age of 18, where candidates are required to devote 12 years of their childhood to prepare for the exam. Imagine, no? Oh my gosh. So, bata pa ka, since pa ka mga how many years granting, no? Nag-start kag mga 5-4, nag-training na ka. Go na ka dito, nag-train na jud ka in all of your life until you reach this age of 18 and reach this level, third year level, and then taking this Gaokao, the most difficult exam in the world. Oh my gosh. Isn't it tiring? Isn't it stressing? Diba kung ikaw nga bata, kung ikaw... Well, anyway, there are a lot of people man nga very brave and courageous, and you know, they really love challenges. And most of them are parents, so they are really stressing their children to take this exam because actually this is not just for the kids nga kanang their future kuan, but it could bring pride. You know, it could bring pride to the family, to the society, to the school, and whatnot. 10th, again, so I will recap. Exam for the master, for the master sommelier diploma. The 9th is All Souls Prize fellowship exam. And then the 8th is the GATE, or the graduate aptitude test in engineering. So it has 7th is a Cisco certified internet working exam or expert, so CCIE. And then the 6th is the CFA, and that is the Chartered Financial Analyst. Okay, so the 5th one, that was the 6th, huh? The 5th one is the GRE, okay, the Graduate Record Examination. So, and then the 4th one, Mensa, so one of the oldest, or no, the world's could consider the world's oldest exam there. And then the 3rd one is in India, okay, so it's called the UPSC, India, the Union Public Service Commission is a government agency in charge of administering the exam. And then the second one, is okay, so sorry guys, I was disturbed. Somebody passed by here. There were guys, and then the dogs are barking. To them, kind of a weird kid look. Okay. So the second is the IIT-GEE, and that is administered by the Indian Institute of Technology. Okay, so wait. And the last but not least, and this is actually the first gani siya nga, the most world's toughest and difficult exam in the world, Gaokao. Okay, winner na siya exam, Gaokao. It's a Chinese exam conducted in China. So from it could say that is deemed to the most difficult exam, and due to the difficulty of the exam, some European countries, even US, and most of the exams in the world really concede that this exam is really the most difficult. So, wow. Diba? Nagbasa ra gani ko. I'm just telling you the information. Na-drain ako, na-stress ako, and then na-stress ko sa mga tao. Saan mo gina sila eh? Kung na-drain bit ako, honestly. Ay, nga naman siya magpapastress mo kanina. This is not I'm into. Okay, so that's it. Mara to siya, the 10 toughest exam. Now, uga-uga na siya. Okay. And then, by the way, another kuan lang sa just short kuan lang sharing. Short ko no sharing. Last night, my God, my daughter was one, no, my daughter is actually one of the candidates for the Santa Cruzan here in Tabunok. And then last night was the last counting of the katong mga envelopes, you know, solicitation, or the term that I mentioned, I really used, the tulicitation. Okay, the tulicitation. Now, we were done. We just stayed there in the church for the counting until 11 o'clock. Because it's not done yet, and until now it's not done yet. They're still ranking the result, and we're so excited to know what is the rank of our candidate. And then that's it. Okay, so that's it. Thank you also. I hope that you will be viewing, hope you will be watching this video, even if it's actually boring, no? As you know what, ang akong anak na-hurt gid ko, as na-hurt ang lola, pero gamay ra good fight lang. Yun ang boring akong video, sige ko na kog English. You know what, I'm telling you, comfortable man good ko, di ba? Kung unsa ka comfortable man sa ko Binasaya, but I'm really fond of speaking the language. Good na, mas comfortable ko, and then I could really want to kind of radiate, you know, and encourage young people, youngsters, to really speak this language, since this is really the medium of instruction, because this is really the, I could say it's stereotype. It's a double standard that you're Filipino, you're Bisaya, you're Bistak. So why should you speak the English, the language, the English, if you're not in America, if you're not outside? Why don't you just be, could say, nationalistic, or nationalistic, and speak the language, speak Filipino. I could speak Filipino, I could speak the Quran, but I am fond and I am comfortable speaking the language. Pero kung mura ko na kung sige kong ka-discuss, magsige po siya, may sabi ako, no? Bitaw, pero, well, bisag mo yun sa bore, okay, comfortable gihapon ko. Magbinisaya gihapon ko. It's just comfortable lang ko. Why? Why? Kaya nga no, I'm really encouraging my students to speak the language, to speak English. And if I'm going to make a video, wala gina sila nga, si Miss gani, wala gani, even if na siya sa house, and ingon siya na mo, even if wherever you are, for you to practice. This is really, you know, it feels comfortable for me. Bisag kuan, ngano man di ay, ang kanang sa kuan ra di gyud mag-English, di man, di ba? Double standard. It's really a double standard. Stereotype na. So, para na ako wala. If what's comfortable for me, then I'll do it. If speaking this language makes me comfortable, or I could really impart or explain more, or explain it much better, then yes. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry again. Sorry kay no, you know what, the guys that I've mentioned earlier nga gipang-usig-usig sa mga dogs here really approached me na kay na bother ko, kay nagsigisag labay-labay. Abi nilag word ko ba, abi na ko nilag model cha. Model sa mga lola ba, di ba tayo? Ni-approach ang usa, nangutana, that's why gi-off na ako. Nangutana akong about a name. And then, I'm not sure, I don't know. Pero ako sang gi-instruct kan. Pero sipiat ka, is na ako instruction, you know, it's so mean. Ako instruction, kaya naman kung me there sa corner, before mo enter the Ringa Street, na ay maninda din ha nga friend na mo. And then, chubby siya. Pero akong term, akong use ko, pangutana ko din ha sa may, na girl din lang naninda niya, kuan ka ng tambukon, may description, but you know what, it's so offensive. Sorry. Pero kuan dito to niyan, pagkatang chubby-chubby, no? Just being kuan. Sige na lang. Nautuan na sila. Muna nabal ni kuan ko kay tulos la kabuok. And they're wearing black. They're asking a particular name. And then wala biya dayo ra biya ko diri no. So wala ko kaila bisan ganin sila diri kapuyo gyud. Wag sa kaila. Okay, so dayo ra jud ko diri nakitira. Yun na nakitira. Nakitira walang bahay. Dito mo na to balik ang English lang over ang language. I think it's for me it's not a big deal. Na it's not a big deal. Iya lang gud ta good no kay mo anam gud nga kanang kuan. Ay basta ako because I'm really encouraging especially youngsters nowadays ina ko mga anak because that's reality, that's really reality. When you apply for a job you will not be speaking Bisaya initially. You need to impress the interviewer. How will you be answering? Don't just tell me that you will just speak Bisaya there when you're asked English language, and if you're not practiced to do so, how can you interact? How could you answer it correctly? How could you express your ideas if you're limited, especially in speaking? Trust me, because I've undergone that situation. So nakaingon jud ko. I encourage the youngsters, my students, my children, because that's really reality. But I'm not telling to forget your own language, our own language. Kay wa sa jud ko kalimot kay mo. Isaya man yung dako. It's just that that's not how you play the game. That's not how we play the game in reality. I'm just being practical. And this is the practicality that I mean. We need to really practice everything, especially communication. When you do pitching, when you have your thesis, defense, don't tell me you'll be speaking in front of the panelists, you'll be speaking the Bisaya, Tanan. Of course not. How are you going to impress? You need to impress them. You need to explain everything. How are you going to justify everything? Diba? Limited ang imong ideas. It's not a question. It's not contestable. Your thoughts, your ideas, because I know you're bombarded with thoughts. You're bombarded with ideas. But how are you going to explain it? How are you going to express it in the way that's in your mind? If you don't know how to do it. Yeah, imong binsay mo tanan. Do you think? Is that a reality? Do you think the panelists will be impressed? I'm telling you, that's not how you play the game. So, na siya. Diba? Kumuha sa mga abroad. You'll be taking the IELTS. You'll be taking TOEIC exam. You'll be taking TOEFL, something like that. So, we're going to deal with it. Because you're not practicing it. Because you're not into. Because kay Filipino lagi ta. Standard. A double standard mentality. Filipino ta, so we should be nationalistic, something like that. Bisaya ta, marita sa Cebu magpuyo, Bisaya ta. Don't speak that kuan. It's an insult to a Filipino. No. It's just a depiction of how Filipinos are brilliant or how Filipinos are adaptive and really the learning skill in terms of communication and speaking different languages are very broad. So mora na akong gusto nga kuan nga we are not limited. We could blend in, that we are flexible and adaptive. Mora na siya. Maka-Bisaya ta, maka-Tagalog ta, unsa pa na nga atong dialects here in the country. And we could really be competitive in terms of English as well. Mora na. Atod pang winky. Kuyawa. Okay, bye for now. Hope mo view mo comment pod mo comment, and then kinalisod kana lang mga printi din ha, mga amiga, mamigo, mga kuan, i-share pod we should just help one another. Ano ra gud ang life. Okay, so that's it, and thank you for, I'll just assume that you're watching the entire video. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and till next time, bye for now. This is Anya.